identify moves, always look at the big candles and always ask yourself, okay, how could I have taken this big candle
Okay, so
trade,
let me
right?
see if
Always ask yourself that. That's what I do all the time. Whenever I see big candles, like you need to get some sort of a rush that, okay, man, like, you know what, next time I'm probably going to catch this big candle move, because that's your money trade. These big candles are your money trades right over here. Because now when you have big candles and you wait for trades to run, then you can afford to keep a stop at break even. Because now you see, okay, now there's strong momentum, we have big candle moving, and the next candle is going to move down and this and that and whatever you get. So always look to see, when you have big candles, how could you have taken the big candle moves? And if you miss the trades, that's totally fine, because you have missed the big candle move. So now what you're waiting for is to see that if price is going to form some sort of a support, and then you can turn around and say, okay, you know what? We have a support formed here because you have a bullish candles forming. So now probably the probability of price moving up is higher now, because we formed support after the strong move down, right? So big candles always mean that there was a huge push in the market, and that was the opportunity to make some money or to make some pips, whichever way you want to look at it as. And always look to see how could you have taken that trade. Because once you make notes of how you could have taken that trade, and when the opportunity happens next time, you're going to be ready. Trust me on this. With practice, you're going to be ready, and you're going to say, okay, you know what? I've seen this happen, and I'm going to take this trade now, because I've seen this happen and this fucking works. Right? So, and it's all about probabilities, all about probabilities. Like, what's the probability that's going to happen more often than not? So let's go to the next point. So what to wait for once price reaches support resistance. We've talked about this numerous times. You're waiting for candles to form in your direction. If price reaches support, you're waiting for candles to form some sort of a bullish candle. So then at least you can say, okay, now at least I know where my stop loss is going to be. Going to be below that candle. Or when it reaches resistance, you're saying, okay, now my stop loss is going to be above that candle, because at least now you know where your stop is going to be. Because once you know where your stop is going to be, you can say that, okay, now I can probably identify my risk based on your stop loss. All right, let's go. Our probabilities, we've talked a lot about probabilities here too. So now we're going to do the next example here. So, what's happening here? So we have this big candle here, right? Big candle move. Now let's say that we came to this chart, right? And we have this big candle move. So now you got to ask yourself that how could you have taken this trade, right? Basically, I think we've missed this trade. When we see a big candle, it basically means we've missed this trade. Right? There's no trade, because if we would have taken a trade, this big candle was the trade. So now we're going to wait to see what happens next, or what the next candle prints, right? So now we have a bearish candle forming. What do we do here? So does this mean that the next candle is going to move up, or is this a retest? Because this candle is bearish, right? So if we're looking for buys, we want some sort of a candle forming support, so we can say, okay, you know what? If this was a breakout of this resistance, then we need a bullish candle forming here, and then seeing that, okay, we formed support for us to move up, right? Because we are patient traders, we are all good traders, and we are waiting for confirmations, right? We're not trading for Instagram, we're trading to make money, right? We're trading for ourselves. That's what we're doing. That's the number one thing. You're not trading for Instagram. You're not trading to show off. You're trading to show off to yourself. So we're going to wait. Now look what happened, right? We waited for the next candle. Now what will happen is that some people will try to take buys while this candle is moving up, but the key is that the candle has not closed, right? The candle has not closed. So look where it closed. It closed at this resistance. So what do? Nothing. You just wait. You just wait to see what the next candle is going to do, because this candle is obviously bullish, right? But it's closing below resistance. So if you're looking for buys, you're at resistance. But if you're looking for sells, the candle is not bearish, it's bullish. So you got to wait for the next candle. Let's see what happens. Now we have a bearish candle, right? So now a lot of people here in the chat, they're probably thinking that, okay, you know what? We've formed resistance, right? And this bearish candle, it closed below all these candles, right? And now if we keep a stop above here, we have a potential move down. So now where are we going to move till? We're probably going to move till this area down here.